Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Weapons of H3VR. Today we are taking a look at this thing. This is the M1897 Trench Shotgun. So what is this? This is a gun, an evolvement of the 1893 Winchester, I believe, shotgun. Or is it Remington? Ooh, that's embarrassing. I can't remember the company. But it was designed by a certain John Moses Browning. You've heard his name a couple of times now. It's an early shotgun. This was used in World War One by the US. It was also used in the Philippines. So first Philippines in 1899, and then of course World War One and World War Two as well. This was produced until 1957, I believe. The US used it through, or US police forces and such, I believe, are still using it, in fact. What else? Let's begin with the cartridge. So there's some history behind it. This actually had a 12 gauge cartridge. Now I recommend seeing Arsenal's video on this thing. But if I recall correctly, sorry, just playing with the thing. I get distracted easily sometimes. But if I remember correctly, the cartridges, these are, if I recall, wax cartridges. I'm not good with cartridges. I'm not in the US. I don't have easy access to these things. But in early versions of these things, actually used in a sense, something a bit older. They used paper cartridges, which, well, as was discovered in the Civil War and in other wars, paper cartridges have a single problem: moisture. They get damaged by moisture real easy, which wax, and I don't have an example of that. Metallic cartridges simply don't. So during the Philippines and early stages of World War One, for the US, mind you, they had problem with that. So the US would experiment with different cartridges, but they didn't get that solved before World War One or before World War Two. So these guns actually had a bit of a problem with the cartridges being kind of rubbish, which of course is not exactly what you want in a war scenario. But nevertheless, the shotgun prevailed. The US is one of the few nations actually using shotguns in combat. Most nations don't bother, if I remember correctly. And they did it through World War One, and the Germans actually complained. In a war where gas was used, the Germans complained about this thing. They said that the shotgun was more aimed at harming than killing a person, which was against the 1907 Hague Convention. Was it the Hague? I can't remember, but it was one a convention or another. Which in a war where they used gas, they complained about this. Well, CN Arsenal also touches on this, and I share the sentiment that this was, I think it was, or was it the Great War? Both are great channels. Check them both out. You'll find out if you just binge watch all of them, like I have done a couple of times. But where was I going? Yeah, this was probably more of a publicity stunt rather than an actual proper complaint, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, but still funny. In a war where gas is used, they complain about this thing. Puh, pathetic. Another thing which came out of World War One was supposedly you would have U.S. soldiers that would shoot hand grenades out of the sky, German hand grenades. Well, CN National also covers that in their video on this thing, and if I remember correctly, yeah, I can't personally see a soldier doing that. First of all, if he's doing that, he's concentrating on something flying. So good luck trying to shoot that. You can do it. Skeet shooting is a thing. You have to concentrate on something flying. You don't know exactly where it will come from. You okay? You can see a guy doing this, throwing a grenade. So I guess you can prepare for that. But okay, so you're concentrating on this. Well, what about the other guys throwing grenades? What about the guys shooting at you? What about the machine guns? And I just don't see that happening. Apparently it happened, but I have doubts personally. So yeah, let's go into this thing now that we've gone through it. I believe it has 6 shells, 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. We'll find out when we shoot because I lost count. So the chamber is clear. You can't actually pull back the slide when it is cocked. It's hammer fire, as you can see. External hammer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in the tube. And I will also show you something. Well, I'll show you this while I'm here. As you can see, the bottom of this thing is also open. Inconvenient for trench warfare. Another thing, if we move this back, you can see this little bit. You can see it pop down under the action. That's a bit unique. That's how the ladder works. I can't see that being useful in the trench either. There's lots of places for dust to get in. Here behind is not really that much of a problem, I can see, but the side, as with full guns, the ejection port is a problem. But especially this under, that's I can see is a problem. And let's pop it up in. This being a shotgun, it also has a rubbish, absolutely atrocious front sight. Good enough though, I guess. It's a pump action, as you saw. This has this metal handguard here to help with cooling and holding it. And yeah, I think that really covers this gun. Did I not? Oh, the ejecting shell hit the clay pigeon and destroyed it. Let's reload this thing. Just jam a bunch of these here. And let's do a clay pigeon tracking field. Number of throws. Let's do 5. Time between. Okay, I have never done this successfully. Miss. Miss. Tracking failed. Damn it, miss. Yeah, that was it. So I guess you kind of see my point. It's hard to hit a moving target like that. Granted, this is VR, not real life, and I did have some tracking issues. But yeah, I doubt the grenade claim. It's just... It seems a bit too ridiculous to me. But then again. There were ridiculous things happening in the war. So I can imagine it happening once or twice, but I can't imagine it being a regular thing, personally. But anyways, I do hope you all enjoyed watching this video on the M97 Trench Shotgun designed by John Moses Browning. We're gonna hear a lot more of him, I believe. Or not, but you've heard quite a bit of him already. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Oh, I had no shelling. Bye!